It's been quite a while since action was initiated against State Representative Brian Gosch. Most of you may know that Brian Gosch signed, or I should say notarized, his own petitions, which is an obvious violation of his oath as a notary public. Well, our friend Stephanie Strong has been holding his feet to the fire. For how long now?
Since the end of June.
Since the end of June. You know, Stephanie, I'm thinking, do you have a court date yet?
No due process yet, Gordon.
Well, isn't that amazing? Our friend, Senator Stan Adelstein, took the Secretary of State to task and within a week had a hearing and a resolution. What's the difference?
The difference is we're looking at judge number 7 at this time that has backed away from us and have not given us due process.
They've bounced it back and forth. 7, did you say?
This is judge number 7 coming up.
So before we cross the finish line or the goalpost, we may have a whole football team of judges involved.
That's right.
In this thing.
How many more are there?
And how difficult is it, Stephanie, for a judge just to give a date to hear the case, the argument?
Well, we got one from Judge Mandel, but then he took the ball and then he let it go.
So he fumbled it and said, I'm not picking that up.
Take it to pier.
And so it's been shuffled, it's been fumbled, it's been, I'd say, scooted off the court, really, hasn't it?
Well, then we're sitting at the...
No pun intended.
Well, we're at the Supreme Court now, and the judge said, hey, I'm going to say you can't have the change of venue request that you want in Pennington County, and he's doing it for a reason that says that the case wasn't finalized.
So they're denying you due process is what it amounts to.
Yes.
And since late June.
Late June. They said, there's records out there that they said that I was too late. I've been trying since June.
And trying, friends, if you happen to be listening, isn't just wishing. Stephanie Strong has filed legal documentation with the court. So it's not Stephanie Strong who is fumbling this ball. It is the court system. It's like they think this is radioactive or what?
Well, it's judicial activism at its best. So we need the judges to do what they're hired to do, what we the people put them there. They are supposed to...
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. That's their job. So we have to rein in these judges that are practicing this judicial activism and get our day in court.
Well, and in this case, you could call it judicial inaction.
Correct.
They have been so busy trying to keep their fingers off of this ball that they refuse to give you what every citizen has been guaranteed, and that is due process.
That's correct.
That's a pretty sorry statement on the court system in South Dakota. It's, in my view, and I think many who are listening, Stephanie, it's inexcusable. Whether people would agree with your case or disagree with your case, whether we would argue that it has merit or whether it doesn't. Many of us think that it does have merit. But irrespective of that, you should be able to get a date in court.
That's correct. Give us our day in court, and we're following this through. So we're going to keep pushing through, and they will give us a court date because we're not stopping here.
Good for you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because sooner or later, somebody is going to pick up this ball.